Good morning, Year 3. Today we're editing our poems from yesterday. You will need to make sure that your poem is written as a poem. In other words, that it's in lines, not sentences. If you've done it in sentences, you need to write it out again, like Judith Nichol has done. Right, guys, editing is a bit tricky, so I'm going to guide you through it. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to identify the nouns, the names of things. In my poem, I've put the names of things in red. In my poem, the things are the storm itself, the sky, days are in my poem, waves are in my poem, and boats are in my poem. They are things, they are nouns. And your job is to put an adjective in front of them. So I'm going to think of the something storm battered. I'm going to put the savage storm battered because it begins with an S and it's a powerful word. The savage storm battered, pounded across the terror-stricken skies. I've already got a noun phrase there because my sky is terror-stricken. Darkening something days, darkening days. I quite like leaving. I'm going to leave that actually because I like the D and the D. But here I'm going to say the something waves, whipping the, how about whimpering? And that makes them sound really frightened because they're whimpering. And it's also alliterated. Whipping the whimpering waves, crushing something boats, crushing trembling boats, quivering boats, and devouring them whole, laughing as he spoke. So your first step is to find the nouns and see if you can put a powerful adjective in front. Right, your next step is to come up with a simile. Now, in my first line, I'm going to squeeze a space because I want you to imagine you're going to write a simile like a, the savage storm battered like a, or what would batter? Like a tantrum, like a thug, like a, oh, I know, like a bully. Okay, so I'm going to have like a bully. Now, this idea is a great idea, but it's kind of a year 2 idea. I'd like to make it a year 3 idea. You see the word bully? I'm going to take that word and I'm going to change storm for bully. And I'm going to turn now that first line into a metaphor. The savage bully battered. And now it's a little bit like a riddle. It's even richer, the ideas. And I'm actually going to take that out now because it's done its job. It's made you think of a simile. So the savage bully battered, pounded across the terror-stricken skies. And it's a little bit richer now. It's more imaginative. And that makes it a year 3 idea. Possibly even a year 4 idea. And finally, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to look for words that aren't good enough. And I've spotted one down here. I don't think spoke is powerful enough. And I'm going to up-level that to bellow, bellowed. Right, guys, when you're happy with your up-level poem, when you're edited it, I've got one more idea for you. And this is it. I want you to identify words that are really powerful. Savage is a powerful word. I'm going to highlight that, I think, yellow. Pounded. I'm sport for choice, aren't I? Pounded is quite powerful, maybe. Pounded is powerful. Terror-stricken is powerful. Okay. What else? Darkening days, whipping up the whimpering. Whipping's powerful. Whimpering, is that powerful? I'm not sure. Crushing's powerful, isn't it? And devouring's powerful. And bellowed is powerful. There are lots of powerful words. Restrict yourself to maybe 5 or 6. How many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have I got 6 there? I've got 7. Savage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe 7 then. Okay. So when you see a powerful word, I want you to start a new line. Powerful word. Start a new line. Powerful word. Start a new line. And what we're doing is we're breaking up this poem a little bit like the sea would break up anything that touched it. Whipping. Okay, see a powerful word, new line. And then, can you see the whole thing? Maybe not. Let's bring it down. I don't think I can do that. Now my poem begins to take a very different sort of form. There's my powerful word, break it up, and then there's my powerful word. I'm going to actually put that on the other line. There we go. And when I read my poem now, I can't read it in a smooth way. I can't read it in a kind of gentle way. I've got to read it in a jiggy-jagged way. And that's exactly what I want. I want the C and the poem to sound the same. I've got one last thing I need to do. I need to turn my little letters into capitals. Okay. I can still play with it. Oops, pounded. That's gone wrong, isn't it? Ooh, come here, you. Got one last thing to do. Skies needs to be darkening days. Do you know what? I'm going to get rid of the, and I'm going to start with whimpering. Crushing is already capitalised. I need to do T for trembling. Crushing them, devouring, laughing as he pillared. I think. How does that sound now? The savage bully battered, pounded across the terror-stricken skies, darkening days, whipping, whimpering waves, crushing and trembling boats, and devouring them whole, laughing as he bellowed. And that now makes your poem edited. You can play with the layout if you want, but have a go at doing that. And when you break up those lines, it's called enjambering. And it's a special effect, particularly for poems that are powerful, because it looks like they've been pounded and shaped by the rough thing that you're writing about. I'd love to see your poems, so please could you post them.